Hello everyone, welcome back to my Dark Souls 2 bow only run. I hope you guys have been enjoying up to this point. This is part 3. If you have yet to see the other parts, there's a part 1 and 2, of course, and I hope you guys enjoy. So first things first is that we left off where we were at the end of No Man's Wharf, and we had to defeat the Flexile Sentry. So the Flexile Sentry was not really all that difficult. It was pretty enclosed space, and I could deal a decent enough damage with my bow. And I also had, a very large amount of arrows, so it wasn't a big deal. So it went pretty smoothly. Didn't really have any hitches. And it went great. So I'll just let this play out and see you after. So with that, we had put down the Flexile Sentry with minimal problems, and we were on to the different section of the Lost Bastille. There's a very short, small section just before you get to the Bonfire, where you have these Viking guys, and I almost died here, and I would have been very sad if I did. I would have had to go all the way through the previous area, all the way back up through the ship. We have now both entrances to get to the Lost Bastille, so we can fully navigate around it. So I went back to Majula with my newfound souls and leveled up. And of course went back to Macduff for some arrows. I was now on my way to the Ruin Sentinels, and there is a way you can skip it, but I decided, since I just wanted to defeat the Ruin Sentinels. I knew it was going to be definitely a tough battle, since there's 3 of them, but I wanted to do it, and frankly I kind of forgot the actual shortcut and how to do it. I got hit by this guy's fireball, and of course I got out of there quickly because I did not expect it to do that much damage. I then helped this poor hollow get unpetrified, and then let him take a quick breather before I put him out of his misery.
Stop! You violated the law.
Yeah, inside of here there's a platoon of swordsmen, so I had to lure them out, because once you get surrounded by them, you're probably gonna die. So there's a small section here that you have to unlock. Well, you can unlock it if you want. It just is a shorter way to the boss. So these guys hit some explosive barrels and made my life quite a bit easier. And with that, I was finally entering into the Ruin Sentinel boss room. Now, I thought for sure that it wasn't going to be as hard as it was, since I could probably take out the first Ruin Sentinel on this little platform here, and it wouldn't have been a big deal. He fell down, and I was like, crud. But then he hopped back on, and we continued fighting. It's really hard to dodge these guys in this small and closed space, especially if you have low adaptability, which is unfortunately what I have. I popped a couple life gems, and I got really close to getting knocked off the edge. And I had gotten, the first Ruin Sentinel down to just over half health, and I accidentally fell and ended up aggroing the rest of the Ruin Sentinels. So that was definitely not a good thing. I knew it was going to be very difficult from here on, because I'm not doing great damage, but I'm also not doing too terrible. But then there's also 3 of them that you have to deal with at a time. So this fight was extremely stressful. There was a lot of close calls. I'll let this play out because and highlight the moments where I almost died. It got really close at the very end. Well, by now I'm pretty sure you get the point. It was a very long, drawn-out fight, and so it was getting pretty rough. I only had 1 Estus and a couple of life gems at this point. I was also getting pretty dang low on arrows, which was my main worry, is that I was probably going to run out of arrows. I also got slapped by a mace, and I almost lost it there. I got very, very close. Well, used my last Estus to try to recover. And with that, I was down to a single life gem. So luckily I was getting two of the Ruin Sentinels down to pretty low health. I had also gotten another very, very close call and used up my last normal life gem. And with that, I was just about to take out two of the Sentinels. This was in a tight spot. I didn't have healing on my hotbar, which was very, very rough. But now that there was only one Ruin Sentinel, I seized the opportunity to go into my inventory and use one of the bigger life gems, try to recover, so I wouldn't have to do this all over again. And he's continuously like harassing me. It wasn't. At this point, I knew I probably had it in the bag unless I was just not doing enough damage with my arrows and I would have run out. But with 42, I was assuming that I would probably be able to take him out at this point. So I was just dodging. He really likes his Beyblade move, and there was a very close call right there. Could have lost it, and we were doing pretty good, except for that. It was just a little bit left. I ended up using a lot more life gems than I wanted to. I wish I could have been able to save some of those, but I guess I just wasn't playing as smart as I could. And with that, I finally beat the Ruin Sentinels. And I was very, very pumped about that. It was very close. Very, very stressful. So now I was on to the next bonfire and the next part of the area. So after that, I wanted to go back to Bajula and level up. And of course, the drill where we go to McDuff and buy some more arrows. So now we had made it on the path to go to Sinner's Rise, which was very good. We were heading there at a pretty decent, good pace. Picked up the Bastille Key, and we were doing good. Was the sub area that I was going to do, just to grab some extra items, and you know, I would have been able to get through there, except I totally botched the jump, and the character just didn't jump, and I ended up landing in a pretty dangerous area with a couple of dogs and some other unsavory enemies. And dogs always in the Dark Souls games are just awful. They're annoying, they stun you, and it doesn't help that the bow, when you attack dogs, miss a lot of the time. So I knocked down the rock into the well, get these explodey boys up here, and picked up some new equipment, which I knew I was never going to use, but did it out of habit. I scared this guy, and he decided to end his life. Poor guy. And with that, I was on the other side of the area, on my way to grab another Estus Flash Shard. just picking off all the dogs because I didn't want to die, and had a short appearance from the pursuer, which immediately left. And with that, I had another Estus Flash Shard. So after resetting and going back, we were going to be taking the route up the stairs. And with that, we were on the bridge to Sinner's Rise. And finally, we lit the bonfire. And with that, concludes the part 3 of this series. Please join me next time for part 4 when we take on the Lost Sinner. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.